The woman suddenly raised her spray gun and blasted her rival with a shriek, but in the very next second, Daisy slowly stood back up. Water from the pool came rushing out around her. She turned around, and right there in her stomach was a black hole the size of a bowl. Julia and her companion froze, eyes wide with terror. Then, scrambling backward, they tried to get away, but Daisy wasn't finished. She marched toward them, shouting curses without restraint. That's when Julia noticed something strange. Daisy had also drunk the magical perfume. That's what brought her back from the dead. Looking at Daisy's distorted, half-alive face, Julia couldn't help but burst into laughter. Enraged, Daisy suddenly grabbed her and, wham, smashed her in the head with a heavy iron shovel. Julia's head twisted grotesquely, snapping to the side, but she didn't panic. Calmly, she bent over and gave her neck a firm shake. In an instant, her head popped back into place, good as new. Without a word, Daisy tossed her a shovel, an invitation to an air duel. What followed was pure chaos. They shouted, they cursed, they fought wildly, unleashing every ounce of pent-up resentment. David, watching helplessly from the side, dared not interrupt. With a sigh, he slowly backed out of the scene. The duel reached a fever pitch. With a furious roar, Daisy shattered Julia's iron shovel. Julia, unfazed, picked up the broken stick and lunged forward. But shockingly, the stick passed right through the gaping black hole in Daisy's abdomen. Not one to fall behind, Daisy roared and swung her shovel again, clang, knocking Julia unconscious. Finally satisfied, she turned around to leave. But Julia wasn't done. She sat up, grabbed her head, and with a strong pull, pop, snapped it back in place like a rubber doll. It was then they both realized they couldn't actually hurt each other. Exhausted, the two ex-frenemies stopped fighting. Within moments, they were back to being best friends, laughing as if nothing had happened. But David had had enough. He didn't want either of them around anymore. He planned to fix Daisy's damaged body one last time, to make peace with his past. Just then, Daisy had an epiphany. If David leaves, who's going to fix us in the future? While he was distracted, Julia suddenly let out a fake sob, then turned into a vase. Daisy followed with a repair blow that shattered another vase dramatically. David froze, eyes wide in horror, and collapsed on the spot. What awaited him next was a disaster he never saw coming.